Erich Schuett, and I was just interviewed by the Keith Andrew Network, and he was awesome. Keith was super cool, and he was super kind, and we had a lot of questions for each other, and it was totally an awesome experience, and I would recommend it.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith Andrew. I'm here as a good friend, Erich Schuett, and I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my talk show.
Thank you for having me.
No, the honor is all mine. For people who want to know what my talk show is about, the whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities to never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be, and to prove to them still amount to something. So hashtag break the labels. Half hour, 33 minutes every time. Say anything you want, talk about whatever you want. If this is your time, and starting off, what really caught my interest is we're both New Yorkers. So I'm also not in the city, but I'm on the outer boroughs. I'm near like Woodbury Commons and West Point. Where are you from in the city?
Well, I was originally from Midtown, but I've actually recently moved to New Jersey, only because, well, the rent's cheaper, to be perfectly honest. But living in the city, it was fantastic. I was like 5 minutes away from anything I needed to do. Literally, I was a block away from any McDonald's. Perfect 13-year-old's dream. Putting that out there.
No, absolutely. Have you ever been to Woodbury Commons or up near West Point?
No, I haven't, but I've seen The Walking Dead, and they have like a place called the Woodbury Commons. I don't think they're any affiliated, but
Well, Walking Dead's made in California, right?
No, it's shot in Georgia, but it's cast in California.
Well, I guess it's a popular name. Woodbury Commons is the second biggest mall in North America. It's a big tourist attraction, so if you're ever interested, maybe we can hang out one day down the road.
So cool.
The next question I was going to ask you, I saw this was pretty interesting, that you were Team Heartthrob.
What was that? Sorry,
I saw that you were a Team Heartthrob.
Mm-hmm.
So what can you tell us about that? And also, with being a teen idol, how do you balance being an actor and going to school?
Well, I was homeschooled for a good 3 years, right after like 7th grade, so 7th, 8th, and 9th. I had to restart 7th grade because that's when I did Sound of Music, the national tour. And it was really kind of awkward being homeschooled because I didn't have great social skills. I wasn't the greatest. I was not easy to have a conversation with. It was like you either knew what I was talking about or had no interest whatsoever. And going back to school now is a lot harder because I don't have that developed social life that like the past 3 years should have been like. So it's a little hard. Schedule-wise, it's not that bad. You know, most of my auditions are past 3 o'clock, so I normally get like in time to any audition. But if not, I'll be pulled out of school early. I'll just go.
No, absolutely. Now, for people who want to know about child stars, because I saw that you started at the age of acting at the age of 5, and you start doing other things at the age of 9. Do you think you have a big ego, number one? And how do you differ from being other child stars?
Well, I would like to think I don't have a big ego. I mean, that's my opinion. I try to be as humble as possible in any situation. I don't consider myself famous at all. Other people might do, and I mean, that's great. That's awesome that other people would even consider me, Erich Schuett, as like just famous in general. Like the term is so loose these days that like people like me are being considered famous. But that to me just blows my mind. What differentiates me from other teen idols, you know, there are a lot of teen idols who are doing this out of like their own passion, and they really, really want this. but their parents don't back them. My parents back me fully. They financially support me. They bring me to auditions sometimes. They are always they moved to New York for me. They've given their entire life. They had a perfect life in Florida and they could have lived a perfectly normal life, but they gave that all away just so I could pursue what I wanted to do. And that motivation in itself, I think, differs me from most other child stars.
No, absolutely. Now, the next one I was going to ask you is what is some. Well, because you didn't go to college, so it kind of throws me off. The next one is what is some of your favorite sports? And how does that carry over into acting?
Well, I'm not a huge sports guy. 'Cause most actors aren't. Most like theater actors aren't into sports. But I guess it would have to be football, only because, that's what most of my other family likes to watch. It's kind of like what's always on during season. Like, we never really watch baseball, but if there's a football game, we'll probably just sit down and watch it. And as far as that goes with putting that into acting, it's not like a huge thing that I think about acting wise. Sports don't really like mean too much to me, but there are good people out there like Tony Romo, who played for the Dallas Cowboys, who had an amazing comeback story after breaking his collarbone, and it was a whole thing. And he's like a huge idol to me. Like, he was able to be, he was completely out of the game for years, came back, and he was still playing football at I think it was early 40s or late 30s, something like that.
No, absolutely. I heard of the name, but I can't think of the face. I know, I do like football, but I have ADD, so it's kind of hard to sit still. I occasionally watch wrestling with my brother, but I'll give you an example. When I was your age, I used to watch WWE religiously, every Monday, every Thursday. Now I sit down and I'm kind of like, after an hour or so, I kind of lose interest. I'm at the point in my life where I have to be actually doing something, like doing my interviews. I have to be interacting with someone. Because after a while, it kind of gets bored and stagnated.
Yeah, it's kind of like how TV shows kind of work sometimes, in my opinion. It's the same, this person discovers the crime, and this person thinks they know the guy, but then the guy has an alibi and he's innocent, and then that guy leads to another guy, and that guy is the guy, but they don't think he's the guy until the very end, and then everyone knows, and then show's over. It's the same copy-paste into every episode with different names and locations.
Yeah, well,
in some cases. There are some shows that reinnovate themselves every episode, and that is literally fantastic. I love seeing that. But there are some repeat shows. To name a few, Law and Order, and iZombie. But I love iZombie. iZombie is a great show.
No, absolutely.
If you're listening out there, iZombie people, hey, I know y'all didn't get renewed, but I am here in case there is a spinoff.
Yeah, hook me up for that matter.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like what Bill Maher said, I don't like the comment he made about Stan Lee. We won't go into that. So, long story short, after Stan Lee passed away, a normal person would have waited a year or so. But he said Stan Lee made all adults wusses and believe in capes and whatever bullshit that was. But it's the same exact thing you just said. Copy and paste. Every single superhero movie. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. They discover a superpower. They don't know how to use it. They try to hide their identity. Mm-hmm. It's the same repetition over and over. And
we're seeing it right now with Captain Marvel. I'll be really, really surprised if that makes its budget back, because it's not looking too great right now. The reviews are mixed. I haven't seen it. I can't speak for it. It just, from the trailer, I don't know what it's about.
The only thing I know about, actually, that's Ms. Marvel. So, I was going to say...
From what I know, Captain Marvel was originally DC until Marvel bought it. But, that's what I heard from somebody a while ago. No idea if that's legitimate.
Well, that makes both of us. Now, the next question I was going to ask you is, what were some of your favorite acting parts? You mentioned you were on TV and film.
Hmm.
What were some of your favorite parts? Were you on Cartoon Network,
I wish.
Nickelodeon?
Actually, technically, I was on Cartoon Network. If we get very, very, very technical, I did a commercial spot for Bazooka Joe, sugar-free bubblegum, back in like 2015 or 2014. And they aired that on Nickelodeon Cartoon Network. So I was on Cartoon Network for like 90 days. That's all I'm gonna say. I was there for all the doubters. I was on Cartoon Network technically. My favorite acting role would have to be ooh let's see. It would be James. I played James in a movie called 18 to Party. It's about a bunch of it hasn't come out yet at the time of recording, and because I don't know, like archival purposes, I don't know. This might be like viewed in like 3 years by some guy. Be like, I saw that movie. Hi. So that movie is about a bunch of like 15, 16-year-olds trying to get into a nightclub in like the 1980s, and you have to be 18 to get in. But the bouncers, they're like, okay, they're making a couple quick bucks to let these kids in, but they have to be at the back of the line. So it takes place at like the back of a abandoned strip mall turned nightclub, and it's got its comedy moments, dramatic moments. It's a bunch of teens, losing it, just trying to get in. Like friendships unravel. It's like a teen drama in the middle of a parking lot. It's pretty cool. I'd recommend it. Check it out.
What about, have you ever gotten a chance to work for like Nickelodeon for like, I know it's past tense, but iCarly or Sam and Cat or you mentioned it, War and Order, SVU. Have you ever applied for those opportunities?
Oh yeah. I was in LA a few years back when I was a lot shorter, and I say that in a very, very past. I was like five. I was 5'8" at the time, 5'9", 5'8", maybe 5'10", and I had like a general call for Nickelodeon, meaning that they brought me in not like requesting me for any particular show. They just wanted to see me, like, hey, we hear great things. You have a great agent. We wanted to see what you can do, if we can put you in anything at all. I was way too tall. I would never work for Nickelodeon because I was always going to be too tall. If I had worked for Nickelodeon, that would have been amazing. Except I wish I could have worked for Nickelodeon, but unfortunately I was cut off like 5 inches like short. Now I'm like 6'2". But Law and Order, SVU, I think I could talk about this now since the episode's already aired. About a year ago, it was between me and like two other kids for a part in like a hockey episode. Chris Richards, one of my friends, booked the kid that I was the assaulter. I assaulted him. One of my friends, Drew, booked one of the bullies. That was like, they were like the people that they thought that did it. And then there was me, captain of the hockey team. It was like, nah, it's not him. And then at the end of the episode, whoops-a-daisy, it was who else but whoever his name was. I don't remember his name. I got very close to booking that. I just was too tall. I don't know. I didn't fit it. Maybe they didn't like me. They didn't like my acting. I don't know. Never know.
Hey, a lot of people say I can't act my way out of a wet paper bag, so I guess we're in the same category on that. And it's kind of funny. I thought we had that in common. You were both, you saying 5'8", 5'9". It's funny because I was 5'10", now I'm 5'9". You mentioned you're 6'2". I guess you're taller than I am.
I'm a lot taller. I just keep growing. I don't stop.
Well, it's a good thing. But, I mean, it's a good thing. You don't want to be 7 foot, like the Big Show from WWE, 7 foot, 500 pounds.
Oh, what was his name? Andre the Giant, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was an amazing. I saw the film that he was in. He was really, really something else. He was. I remember watching a video on him.
No, he seemed like a nice guy. Yeah, too bad I never got the chance to meet him.
Yeah.
Maybe an alternative life, right?
Yeah, now we have The Rock, is essential equivalent. But, like, he's, in my opinion, there's nothing, like, quite close as Andre the Giant.
No, absolutely. Well, Big Show will be second best.
Mm. Mm.
Now, the next thing I was going to ask you is you mentioned you do voiceovers.
Oh, yes.
What projects do you want to do, and what cartoons did you want to work for?
Anything. Here, this is like my PSA to voiceover people. Cast me, please. I will work for little to nothing. I will work for the minimum rate. I love animation. Cast me, please. I love animation. Animation is, in a sense, one of the ways that an actor can escape himself. You can be anything. You can be a talking cloud. That's something animation lets you be. In other words, you can't, like, as a, like, on a physical level, on screen, you are sure you're playing another character, but you're still you.
Yeah.
In animation, you look and sound like a different person. That's the joy of it. I would work on anything animation wise, literally anything. I'll be a talking frog if I have to. I just love animation.
Now, the next question I was going to ask you is who were some of your favorite acting castmates that you have met, and who do you want to work with? You mentioned The Rock, and you mentioned War and Order and all those fun things.
Mm-hmm.
But here, the first part is who you want to work with, and who have you had the privilege to work with?
So, James James, hold on, I don't want to butcher his name. James Friedson Jackson. He worked on the 18 to Party movie with me, and I've had the amazing pleasure with working with him. He worked in a movie called Cop Car with Kevin Bacon. I believe that's on Amazon Prime if you guys want to go check that out. It's a really good movie. It's really funny. He was fantastic. He was so cool, keeping it real, keeping it chill on set. Also, Sam McCarthy, he's the son of Andrew McCarthy. You might remember him from Pretty in Pink, St. Elmo's Fire. Super, super famous. Now he directs a bunch of Netflix shows, Orange is the New Black, Blacklist, and stuff like that. So, again, he was amazing as well. He was super funny. You know, we went to this, like, little gym in, like, the hotel lobby. He, like, loves to work out, and he called it, like, the Powerpuff, like dainty little exercise room. He was offended by how bad the exercise room was, and that's just so funny. But who I want to work with, John Bernthal from Marvel's The Punisher and The Walking Dead. Amazing actor. If you have seen anything he has been in, Baby Driver even, he is, oh my god, incredible to watch. If you have not seen the first 3 seasons of The Walking Dead, even though the second one was very bad, but it was very slow. It's extremely slow. He was in it. He was fantastic. I highly recommend it. Even if you hate zombies and you hate The Walking Dead, if you want to see some good acting, you watch the first 3 seasons of The Walking Dead. Yep. Worst television move ever was Killing Shane. Saying it now. Saying it now, it was the worst marketing move ever. John Bernthal, fantastic actor.
Yep, absolutely, and he was great as the Punisher.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. When I found out he was the Punisher, my acting coach was like, you talk about this guy all the time, and you're going to tell me you don't know he's the Punisher? And I was holding a water bottle. I dropped it. And I looked at him, and I'm like, are you messing with me right now? He's like, he looked at me, and he reached his hand slowly, like, it was like a cinematic shot, reached his hand into his pocket, pulls out his phone, and he starts typing. And then he smiles, like, with this evil grin, and turns the phone to me, and shows me, like, that he's the Punisher. I lost it. It was so cool. I can't believe it.
Now, my last question, there we go. Take a quick commercial break. As you mentioned, you were a singer. So, who influenced you to become a singer? And, I know this sounds like an oxymoron, are you a Frank Sinatra fan?
Who encouraged me to become a singer? My kindergarten teacher, oddly enough. I would entertain the class for like 5 minutes at a time at the end of class if I like behaved, because ADHD, I have it. I wasn't medicated at the time, so I was a little ball of energy. It's exactly how everyone is literal. I quote that from my dance teacher: a big ball of energy. And I lost my train of thought. And she said, hey, to my parents, you need to put this kid in like a theater program or like a comedy club because this kid can like perform. And my parents like, oh, okay. And then they actually did it. I didn't think they were going to do it. They did it, and I started singing at like age 5, and I did shows here and there at this regional theater company called Starstruck with Jennifer and Peter Jones. Amazing, amazing people. If you're in like the Stuart, Florida area, go check them out and watch a show. Go be in a show. They are just great people. Amazing intentions, trying to bring the theater community to Florida. So that is awesome, and I'm glad they're doing that. And they are amazing shows too. And I was contacted by a vocal coach, Craig Wick, and he said, hey, you're going to blow your chords if you keep, singing like this. I need to train you. And I was like, I think I'm okay. I was not okay. So he saw me. He said, like, hey, I can't give you a spot. I want to come and see you sing, though. I want to see you in a performance. So he came and saw me, and he's like, okay, Monday's at 3. And he told me that, and that's exactly what happened. Mondays at 3 o'clock, I'd go, I'd sing, and he'd teach me, and he trained me classically until I was around 11 years old. And he said, I can't do anything more for you. Go to New York, see what you can do. And that's how I kind of ended up being a classically trained singer.
Yeah, that's really cool. And what about Frank Sinatra? Do you sing any of his songs?
I am quite, I wouldn't say I'm like an avid Frank Sinatra fan, but I mean, I do love his music.
The one song I was thinking about, and actually it kind of resonates with me. At my funeral, I want the song, I Did It My Way. I think that one, actually, it's really good. I sent it to you.
I did it my way. Yes, that one. I do know that one. That was a...
That's a great song.
Regrets? I've had a few. It goes something like that.
Right. Now you're pretty good at it.
Now you've got me curious. Hold on. I did it my way. Now I'm like Googling it here. Okay. Yeah, so it is okay, it's the song I'm thinking of. It's good. I'm not losing it.
Well, you want to be the first person. Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I'm going to ask you about social media and how did you get an agent. Then I will pass the show over to you.
All right.
Williams. This is Vanessa Lina. Adrian Lalo. Michael. This is Cynthia Bastinet. I'm Sonia Fisher. This is Shane Smith. My name is Alexandra Bowie.
My name is Amelia Clover.
Hi, I'm Amy Linden.
Hi, I'm Anita Nicole Brown.
Meg Green.
Hi, my name is Asata Caldwell.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brooke.
Hi, I'm Bryn Berg.
Hi, I'm Casey Dunn.
Hi, it's Cassandra Kavinsky.
Hi, I'm Christina Briza.
I'm Cindy Hogan. I'm Courtney Sinello.
Hi, I'm Daisy.
My name is Deborah Jane East.
Hi, my name is Dinah Marcia.
Everyone, I'm Victoria London.
Hi, I'm Heather Krona.
Hi, I'm Heather Callahan Stevens.
Hi, I'm J. Nicole Ralph.
My name is Jamie Petrone.
My name is Julie.
My name is Julia Brankovich.
Kathleen Wills.
Kimberly Amato.
Hi, my name is Laura Putnam.
Hi, I'm Laura Chapanis.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Damas.
This is Michelle Mupo, a.k.a. Fuchsia.
I'm Rachel Olivera.
Hi, my name is Sarah Joy Mount.
Hi, I'm Susan Brender.
Hi, everyone. This is Venus Leone.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Dana.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Herrera, and I was just on the Keith Andrew Network. It was tons of fun. We used up all our time and then some. I really recommend this show, and try to be a guest on Keith's show. It was super
fun. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Keith Andrew. Along here with Erich Schuett. It's our honor and privilege having you as a guest. And with the last 11 minutes in counting, now, before I pass the show over to you, 2 hard-hitting questions I'm going to ask you. Number 1, social media. Can social media make you or break you with everything you accomplish in your career? I know you're still at a young age and are reaching for more, but with everything you accomplish as of this moment in time, did Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, did all those, I know I'm pretty boring, did all those influence your career, or did it have an impact on your career?
It totally has an impact on my career. I would not be here without my social media. But I have a team that manages that, and they do a lot of that for me. I supply them with the photos, and they post them for me, so it's not made like they do all the hashtags. She Would Do It was something my mom came up with, actually, and she's like, go tell them that. I'm like, okay, they're not going to use that. And now that's my main hashtag, so thanks, Mom. But if I'm not careful, I could easily lose everything I've built. Saying so one tweet, one thing could destroy me. Look at that lady. It was a couple months back. She lost her entire career. Rosie something. I don't know.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Was it Rosie? No, it wasn't Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, it was Rosie O'Donnell. She said something stupid, and then she was supposed to do a new show, and because of the remark came out, and no one wanted to work with her.
That was Rosie O'Donnell? What? Dang. Wow. Okay. Wow, that hit me. Okay. I did not know that was Rosie O'Donnell.
But it's funny that you say, you can't give your honest opinion on everything. Number one, people in this generation, I don't pussyfoot around, If something pops in my head, I'm going to say it. Because I have ADD, I have the ADHD, a little OCD, but not a lot. I have no filter. Doesn't excuse stupidity, but I have a lot of that. And among other things, it's funny because at my work I have a little badge that I got from Hot Topics. Says I'm socially awkward.
That's something Hot Topic would totally sell.
But it's like one of those things, and I just like being myself. And what happened to freedom of speech? Well, when did we become this generation of politically correctness?
That is an amazing question. I feel like we, as people, can't talk about what we want to talk about because we have fear of other people's opinion clashing. We don't want to be the first ones to admit something, but as soon as somebody else admits something, we'll be like, oh yeah, no, we totally agree. And the other person, they're the hero because they, proclaimed it first. And then all these other people come out saying the exact same thing. It's kind of like the Me Too movement. One girl, all it takes is one girl, and then everyone else follows suit. So
people are sheep.
Yeah, they're just scared.
Now, the next question I was going to ask you is, what were the process for you to become famous? What was that moment where you said, I have something here? And also, the second part is, what would your advice be for people who want to get an agent?
Can you repeat the first question? The audio cut out.
Oh, sorry about that. The first part of it is, what was that first breakout moment that you realized you had something here, and then everything just opened up for you?
When I originally moved to New York, it was kind of like that, oh my god, I'm in New York kind of moment. It was, I call this the LA effect. It's like when you move to LA and it's like you're getting off the plane, that Miley Cyrus song is playing, and you're just your hair is flowing in the wind and you're looking up at the smog polluted skyline and that it's right for you. Except you look up in New York and it's just cold. It's just cloudy and you can barely see the top of the Empire State Building, and you're kind of a little sad. You're like, well, why can't I see the top of the Empire State Building? That's just how clouds work. Don't ask me how. But I just feel like it was that kind of moment of, oh my god, I'm in New York. I need to be here. I cannot move ever again. I need to stay in New York or Jersey, I guess. And I think I told my parents at one point I was going to handcuff myself to a tree. And they were going to have to call the fire department to, break me out or something. I don't know. Me at 13 is different.
And what were your steps of getting an agent?
Well, I got extremely lucky with getting my manager. I have to tell that story first. My buddy Shane from Florida, he was with a manager, Juilliard PC, and she was amazing. She said, "Yeah, come on in New York. I want to have a meeting with you." And I will never forget this. This is on I'm already forgetting the name of the hotel. It was on like one of the conference rooms. If anyone from New York knows, it's on West 48th between 8th and 9th, across from PPAS. It's the hotel right across there. It's like the conference room right to the left of the revolving doors. Anybody who walks by that knows the name of the place. I cannot for the life of me think of it. And we had at my first conference there, and she essentially said, "Yeah, I want to sign you. We're good. Let's do it." And I was like, "All right." And she was amazing, and there was just artistic difference that I had with her at one point, which caused me to She essentially got me my appointments with agents. She got me in with Innovative, Abrams, and Take 3 Talent. Actually, no, she didn't get me in with Innovative. I only got in with Abrams and Take 3, and Abrams did not want me, so I was taken in at Take 3 Talent. And a year goes by, I get my agent auditions again. I get an audition with Innovative and Abrams. I sign with Abrams, but only for commercial, not for theatric, and drop Take 3. So now I'm with Abrams, a very, very professional agency, really, really out there. It's awesome, great agency. And I was with Jody. I had an audition for Innovative, and I took that audition. And Innovative wanted me across the board. And I don't really want to get into specifics, to protect others, but some bad things happened between a couple of people. I was moved to Innovative. I didn't really get much say in the matter, so I ended up dropping with Jody, getting with another manager, and now I'm with a new manager, Cinda Snow, and she's fantastic. Her daughter is Brittany Snow. She's fantastic. They're all fantastic. I love it. And if you want to get an agent, you really need to have a manager, because the managers have the connections with the agents. They're the one who are talking with the agents. They're the ones you guys need to know to get the agent, in my opinion. So managers are easier, in my opinion, to get than agents, but the agents will do a lot more. The managers are getting the breakdowns that agents aren't getting. So I'd recommend definitely getting an agent and a manager, but agents are much more necessary than managers, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm 15. What do I know?
But what would the steps be? For an example, for me, what is your opinion on me, and do you think I would benefit from having an agent or a manager, and how do you get one?
I would totally recommend getting an agent or manager. I think that's a necessity in this business. You could always submit yourself via Backstage or Actors Access. But if you want to get an agent, you have to get a manager. You need to be on Backstage, on Actors Access. You could ask some of your acting friends, hey, do you guys know any managers? Can I get in with them? Can I get meetings? Can they recommend me to somebody? Can I have a consult? Go to acting classes at Actors Connection, AGR. Go to Actors Green Room. If you're an actor in New York and you want to meet casting directors that will call you in, go to Actors Green Room, because they have consults. Jen Rudolph, Natalie Roy, Jessica Blank, they are amazing, 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 amazing people. And if you do not know them, what are you doing? Go to Actors Green Room. And I'm not being paid by them. They just genuinely are amazing. They work. Their classes are fantastic, and I'm getting called in by these casting directors now. And of course, it's not a guarantee of employment. You're not paying them to cast you. It's nothing like that. It's genuine. It's legit, and you got to be all in. You got to be a shark. You got to be all in and go to these classes. And sometimes agents and managers go to these classes, and you can maybe work something out there as well.
No, absolutely. Now we're going over our limit, but I'm going to give you an extra 4 minutes. Passing the show over to you. Was there anything you want to know? Anything you want to talk about? This is your time. Wrapping up.
All right. Well, I want to thank my agent, Innovative Artists. You guys are a lifesaver. I would not be here without you guys. I would really, really, I'd really like to, and there's my dog barking. I'd really like to thank my manager, Cindy Snow. You are just awesome. You are a shark. You are playing for me. You are on my team, and you are amazing, amazing, amazing. I also want to thank all my acting coaches, Van Hansis. You are a god, sir. I would not be here without you. I would still be doing theater without you. You are the reason I am an actor. So I owe my entire career to you, essentially. I want to thank my sponsors, Jester, Sock Nation, The Great North, Simplified Thread, Statement LA, Wild Child Magazine, and Rockstar. You guys are always sending me shirts. You guys are always sending me hoodies, pants, everything. Jesse at Jester, you are fantastic, sir. You are really fun to play Fortnite with as well. So you guys are all really, really fun, and you guys just really make my day. I really smile, and I know that people actually care about me, and they want me to help them with their brand, and that's just awesome.
No, hopefully I will find the right group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, never say never, right?
Never say never.
Now, the next
Justin Bieber said that, and look where he is now. I'm 15. I'm kidding. What do I know?
Now, we're wrapping up. I do have a couple questions for you off the air. But wrapping up, when I first, actually, let me ask that in reverse. How can people follow you? And actually, I sent you a Twitter follow me request. Are you on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, or any other websites out there for that matter I didn't mention? Was there any websites you would recommend, and how can people follow you?
Yeah. Are we still on? You want to record this part?
Yep, we're still going.
All right. So, yeah, if you guys want to follow me, you can go and follow me on Instagram. That is Erich.Schuett, ERICH.SCHUETT. You guys can follow my Twitter, which is just Erich Schuett, spelled the same way. Also my Facebook, but I think on my personal, I've maxed that out. But you guys can follow my business. LinkedIn, also Erich Schuett. If anybody still uses LinkedIn, I'm there. And my website, www.erichschuett.com, spelled the same way. And you guys can browse, see my resume. You guys can see videos of me singing, clips of me acting. So if that intrigues you, amuses you, go ahead and watch.
No, absolutely. My last question for you, and then we can talk off the air. When I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what was your first, and you can be completely honest, when I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what was your first reaction? And after being on the show, how you feel now, and would you recommend it?
My first reaction was I'm going to have to run this by my manager, because I do that with everything. I'm going to be like, hey, is this legit? Am I allowed to do this? I got the go-ahead, so I'm here now. And after being on the show, I love doing these talk shows. These talk shows are really fun. It's a good way for me to directly connect with people and, influencers out there who are, connecting me to a broader audience. So I really, really like this. This is really fun for me, and I would totally recommend it.
No, absolutely. I'm looking forward to part 2 down the road.
Yeah.
Also building a friendship with you as well.
Definitely.